Y ahora, para los millones y millones de seguidores, esto es el show No es Cristiano Podcast.
Yeah.
We almost had it.
You almost had it.
Almost had it.
You did better on the run through.
Yo,
Yeah.
for real.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode.
This is episode 105 with our special guest, CARDEC Beats.
Let's go.
Shout out to God Music Radio.
Drums.
My
drums.
bad.
Yo, you good.
Yeah, I remember. I saw you. Used to be a drummer, right?
Yes, sir.
Were you in Drumline?
Nah. I was the guy that didn't have any like training at all, but I was good at drum set. So the school let me play in the jazz band. But the jazz band was like the cool thing. So everyone in the drum line was pissed because in order for them to be in the jazz band, they had to be in the marching band. And so I was the only one not in the Yeah, they were like pissed because they're like, oh, we got to be in the marching band. We got to do these 4-hour rehearsals. And I'm just showing up in the mornings like, and just play for an hour and dip.
Yeah. My bad. I saw an interview you were talking, or I read something you were talking about playing drums like pretty much all your life.
Yeah, bro. Since I was 2.
Yeah.
Since I was 2 years old. Yeah.
So I shouldn't have forgot that. My bad.
No, you good, bro.
Yo, Switch is in the comments. Look at him.
Yo, how's he in traffic and in the comments, yo?
Come on, son.
We docking his pay.
Oh yeah, he's got to take a seat.
That's why. Yeah, I figured you were a drummer because of your drum patterns and everything. You know what I mean? Like with your beats, the way you switch up the drums. I was like, this dude got to be a drummer.
Yeah, man. Yo, shout out to Brike. Shout out the homie.
Yeah.
Yo, fun fact.
Fun
fact. Brike and Kasari are the ones that did my tag. The put your hands in the air for CARDEC.
No way.
That's them, bro. I think it was Kasari.
Wow.
Yeah, bro. I was living in LA at the time. Oh, I was in Oxnard, which is like an hour away from LA. And every time we would hang out, every time I was like,
nobody outside of LA knows that though.
I've never
exactly.
I mean, I've heard of it. Yeah.
It's where Anderson Paak is from. So anyway, they did my tag because they were like, yo, you need a tag. And they recorded like 5 of them. Yeah. And the last one was that one. And I'm like, this is the one. That's it. And then it blew up. So shout out to Brike and Kasari. They killed it. They don't get enough credit for it, but they like pretty much made my career with that tag.
There you go.
So shout out to them for sure.
That's what's up, man. Yeah, they're friends of the show, man. They're friends of the show. We fans of their music. You know what I mean? It's mutual. Yo, shout out to Ireland. Shout out to Jerry.
Jerry, what's going on?
Up. Yo, you popping in Ireland, man. You know what I mean?
That's what's up.
That's what's up, bro.
That's cool,
man. So what's going on?
Yeah.
Well, it's another day where our lovely government decides to run our lives.
Nah, what do you mean run our lives? They gave us freedom. If it wasn't for the government,
you don't have to wear a mask.
The only people that have freedom here is CARDEC in Florida and in Georgia. That's it.
That's true.
New York.
I'm in a slave state.
Yeah, me too.
Both of y'all. That's why they got us in the right spot. See, me and CARDEC down here, y'all up there.
Oh yeah, it's true. Okay.
Yeah, but anyway,
that's facts.
So CDC decides that people who are fully vaccinated do not need to wear masks outside.
Wow.
Any longer.
Like who was wearing masks outside to begin with? You know what I mean?
Nice. That's so
bro.
thoughtful.
I hear in Florida are wilding out.
You've seen the videos.
They wilding out, bro. Like it's scary, bro. Like I just don't trust people in Florida, bro. So like, because they could be like, I'm vaccinated. It was like, are you really? Or you just like, you know what I'm saying? You can't. Nah, bro. Yeah, I need the paperwork.
Let me see your card. Let me see the card.
The card.
Facts, bro.
Hold on. Let me scan your forehead real quick, son.
Yo, facts.
That's wild. Are you in Miami, CARDEC?
Nah, I'm in North Florida. I'm in Gainesville.
Oh, okay.
So University of Florida. That's exactly the only thing that you could probably that's memorable is University of Florida. Yep.
Yeah.
Florida Gators.
That's like Cali, like you was talking about Oxnard, and you knew that it was like an hour away from LA. But I get people like they come to Cali and they're like, yo, I'm in Bakersfield, or I'm in, Santa Barbara, or I'm in San Diego. I'm like, bro, like that's hours away. Like, and that's not even like the California traffic tax, right? Because whatever GPS.
So you're in Cali.
I'm in LA. I'm actually I'm 25 miles from downtown LA. I'm in a city called San Fernando Valley.
Yeah.
It's still LA. No, I wish. But I'm close. I'm close. But people come through and they're like, "Yo, I'm in San Diego. Pull up." I'm like, "Bro,
that's like 2 hours, bro."
Like, bro, like that's a whole nother state for you East Coast heads. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's crazy for real.
That is wild.
So when you said Gainesville, I'm like, that sounds far. I just know Miami. That's it.
No, it's like 6 hours north of Miami.
Okay.
And where is that in the state of Florida?
North, he said.
Like,
all right. So you remember when the elections? You remember when the elections was going on, and it was like all red, and then the bottom was blue, and then there was one blue square right in the middle, on the top middle.
Okay.
That's Gainesville. That's us. That's Gainesville. That's us.
Wow. All right.
Right. So there's nothing there but the school, right?
Yeah, bro. Pretty much.
Yeah.
But it's gotten better. It's a cool little. The way I explain it is, or describe it is, it's a progressive college town surrounded by farms and tractors.
That sounds nice.
That's basically what it is.
I like that. I don't like being around a lot of people.
Yeah,
I would love to be surrounded by farms and tractors.
Oh,
but but in the during the fall though,
and
because of the school, traffic is crazy. Because of all the students. But in the summer, it's nice. You get to chill because everyone's on vacation.
Oh, everybody left. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody went back home. That makes sense.
Yep.
Nice.
That's cool.
That is cool.
Well, so you've been bouncing around. Where you from originally? From Florida?
I was born in West Palm Beach, Florida, South Florida. It's like an hour from Miami.
Yeah.
I was born and raised there. High school, moved to Gainesville, and my high school years spent them there. Went to Atlanta for music college, studied there. I was there for 2 years, did my AA or whatever it's called. And then from there, went to Cali and started touring with an artist out there. And then from there, came back to Gainesville because I got married. Met my wife in Chicago. We got married. 3 days after we got married, I started the gig with Andy Mineo. Wow. So it was like we got married, cool little 2-day honeymoon.
How do you so back up a little bit. How do you get a gig with Andy Mineo just like that? You already were like in CHH, you were already doing things?
Yeah, so I already had my name out there. I wasn't CARDEC. I wasn't like, you know, I didn't have a crazy placements just yet. But I had like relationships with Marty and and so we kind of knew the same people. And so when he was looking for a drummer, and he was just like, yo, hashtag Andy's band and post videos. So I just went in, bro. I started showing posting videos of me playing, but then also I'm a producer and I went to music school, so I could do musical arrangements. So like live arrangement. So I feel like that's what set me apart, because I was doing arrangements and everyone was like killing.
Yeah, you're not just playing drums. You had
and so like the people who were like musicians at the time, I didn't know, but at the time, the musicians in Nashville were watching. So they were like following me or whatever. So by the time I got the gig and we were at like all these Christian festivals, they were coming up like, yeah, bro, you had to get that gig because da 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 da. And so it was cool. I was like, bro, I've never met you in my life, but dope. You know what I'm saying? So
the streets is watching. That's what's
now,
up.
was that? I know Rapzilla had a contest years ago, and I know you had won. Now, was that after that or before with the whole?
That was after that.
okay.
The contest was literally right after I had my first placement with Social Club, which was the New Year's joint. So it was that, and then the remix contest happened, which that beat at that time was already like a year and a half old, almost 2 years old.
Wow.
I made that beat in my studio apartment in freaking in Atlanta, Georgia, with no heat, freezing my butt off, making beats in the winter. And I found like an Adele sample, whatever, and the beat just sat there. So like when I'm back in Florida after school, this is before I got the gig in LA. I had the gig already. Okay. Yeah. So like I just tried it. At that time, I took like a break for making beats. But at that time, that was like the hardest beat that I had in the stash. And so I was like, yo, let me just throw the acapella on here. Yeah. Let me throw it in there, and it worked perfectly. I submitted it, and it won, bro. And that's kind of like that was like the snowball effect.
Wow, that's dope.
That's what's up. Yeah.
Now were you doing you were working with Rapzilla for a little bit, were you? Because I seen a video. I think you were like critiquing music or something like that. Is that right?
I was pretty much just filling in for OB whenever he could.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
I did it like twice. We tried to do this thing on Thursday that was like unreleased music. But I just got too busy and I couldn't do it.
I feel you. That's
what's up. Homies, though. Yeah, man.
Yeah. I seen that video of you. I was like, wow, this dude's all over the place. And then hearing you right now, I'm like, whoa, this dude is all over the place.
Bro, I was literally like, I was just all over. I was just going wherever the work was. Yeah. Because I was broke. I was in my 20s. I was just trying to, and I feel like I would have gotten bigger, or like what I'm doing now, I feel like I would have gotten there earlier if I were to just like focus on straight production. But at the time, I was focused on just staying alive and making money. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I was playing at a church. I was playing here. I was doing this tour. I was, you know what I'm saying, driving God knows how many hours to go do this gig and then, do a beat sale. I was just trying to stay alive. So I feel like if I would have focused more, then I would have gotten here a lot earlier. But, it's all in God's timing,
Absolutely.
Yeah. You mean like, I guess more intentional with what you were doing? Is that what you mean by focus? More direct, like as far as like, okay, I'm staying in this lane and that's it. I'm not gonna be doing like side gigs or whatever.
Yeah, so like when I was touring with Andy, it came a point where he was making new music and he was doing like the Magic and Bird stuff, which that stuff doesn't really need a live band.
Yeah.
So like he was kind of phasing the band out, just because it just didn't make sense. You know what I'm saying? So, which is cool. Like to this day, me and Andy are cool.
Yeah.
But for me, it sucked. You know what I'm saying? Because I was like, man, I lost my main income, bro. And like at the time I had a baby on the way, and I'm like, yo, what I'm gonna do? I got so depressed. I was like, yo, I'm gonna quit music. I'm just gonna become a barber, go to barber school. Yo, I literally had that conversation with my wife, and my wife was like, well, we are still paying off your school loans for music school.
And you can go back to school?
Yeah, exactly. It was like, so you're gonna do this music thing.
Yo, God bless that woman for believing in
real,
you.
Bro. My wife is amazing. And so she was just like, so you just need to like focus and really like be more intentional with the production. And I'm thinking to myself,
she sat you down, huh? She sat you down like,
yo,
bro,
no, for,
you
like
need to be focused. Mira, papi, you need to sit down y enfócate.
Yo, for real. And so like, but then I'm thinking, I'm like, how do I even do that? Like at the time I just met KB and we were working on stuff. But
what year is this? Do you remember?
This was 2017.
Okay.
This was 2017. I was building with KB and we were working and I was programming drums and doing stuff on his album. But there was no like set date of like, yo, this is gonna be on the album. The album's gonna come out. Yeah. And so I was stressing, bro, because like, well, we had a baby on the way.
Yeah.
And dude, I will never forget August 1st, 2017 is when my son was born. Like literally 20 minutes before my wife was about to give birth.
Yeah.
I start getting calls from everybody in the industry. Like KB was like, yo, we finished the album, we're gonna pay you out for the album. Trip Lee, I don't even know how Trip Lee got my number, but he was like, yo, it's Trip, we want to work. Doc, who recently he just became my manager at the time, and he was like, yo, this and this, and it was like all these people hit me up at the same time. I'm like, yo, dope, but give me like a week. I'm about to have a kid.
Like right now.
And so, bro, it was just literally like God showing me like, yo, everything's gonna be okay. You're gonna be able to provide for your family. And that was the year that everything blew up, bro. It was literally like everything that I was working on came out like right after the other.
It was harvest season, huh?
Yeah, bro. It was, and then from there, it just kept like stayed consistent, bro.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah,
and
man.
That's all. That's so you can attribute that all to your relationship with Marty.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's like what got the ball rolling. How did you two meet?
Well, so I will say this. So I don't know if y'all know who Suede is. Sapa Suede.
No.
So Suede, if y'all remember Straight Terrible back in the days, the Straight Terrible crew. That was like Spazzy Rocket, who's Xavier Omar now. They had L9, who goes by Freeman, and they had Suede. Suede is like one of my like best friends, like high school best friends. Okay. And so he produces, but he also raps. He got signed as a rapper, but before he was producing, I got the connection with Marty through Suede.
Okay.
So like I made the beat with Suede, and then Suede sent the beat over, and they were like, "Yo, this is crazy." And then like a week later, they put out New Year's.
Wow.
Yeah, bro.
Wow, that's wild, bro.
So shout out to Suede, bro. Shout out to Suede. Shout out to my wife. Shout out to Pre-K and Kasari.
That's right.
For the tag, like shout out to all of them.
That's what's up, bro. That is, man. That's I love hearing stories like that.
Yeah, DJ LNF Lost and Found says my favorite CARDEC project is probably Byron Jawan. Hopeful Soul EP, straight fire.
Appreciate it, bro. Thank you, man.
Yo, Jay straight Spanish. He went to Juanes.
Yo, for
real. He's got the same camisa negra. That's what's up, man.
Wow,
that's dope. So you got a lot of history in CHH. That's crazy, man. You know, I
a lot of connections.
I always thought like CHH was kind of like a passion project, and there was no bread in CHH, right?
Bro. I mean,
some people might argue.
Nah,
but they doing it wrong. They're doing it wrong. That's why.
No. I mean, technically, I mean, I don't want to say it like that, but like if you, because before, I'll say this, before I was not making barely any money. I was barely staying alive, but it wasn't until I got the proper team behind me. Like once I got with Doc Watson, bro, he changed my life, bro. Like that's another person I got to give his flowers, bro, because he was the first. To be honest, he was the first one before he even started managing me. He was like, "Yo, you got to start a label." He was like, "You're good at this like artist development thing. You're good at this A&R thing. You know what you did with Byron Jawan, like he's killing it right now. You got to start a label." And he told me that for like a year straight. I didn't listen to him because I was scared to do it.
Yeah.
But then I had a falling out with my previous manager, and then I hit him up. And so as soon as I hit up Doc, he was like, "All right, bet we're gonna build up your catalog, get your publishing going, and you gotta start your label, bro." And so now it's been almost 4 years, 3 years in the making. Freaking, I'm living off my publishing, bro. And so like if you're able to register right, like all your publishing, all the songs doing it'll take some time, but it'll start collecting, you know what I'm saying? And you can live like last year I was able to buy a house in the middle of a pandemic. We bought a house, you know what I'm saying? Not to flex, but just like the importance the importance of like building your publishing, building your catalog,
absolutely,
making sure your stuff is registered, like making sure your splits are correct, and that you're actually collecting, that you actually get a split. Because a lot of times producers are just focused on like, oh yeah, I just want to get paid. Just give me my
Right.
$200, my $500.
$200 for my beat, and that's it. Yeah.
That's how I was, bro. That's how I was. I was like, yo, give me this thing. And they're like, yo, we're gonna give you this much. I'm like, all right, cool. I don't know what that is. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But then like Doc was the one that took the time and like broke the whole game down to me. And I'm like, and he was like, he literally was like, yo, do you know how much money you've missed out just because your stuff is not registered? And I was like, dang. Wow. And so but now, yeah, bro. Yeah, never again. And so yeah, I got all my stuff registered. I got, you know, pub admin now. And bro, I've been the most amount of money that I've been seeing ever in my life. And and so I got to thank Doc for that, bro. Doc, for real.
Shout out to Doc. I was gonna ask you too, because I saw the RMG link in your bio on Instagram, and I was like, yo, I'm curious about that. You know what I mean? Because I you know what I mean, I know you from Social Club, I know you from, you know, Reach and whatnot. I didn't know about the relationship with RMG, and so when I saw the link in your bio, I was like, okay, I gotta ask him about that.
Yeah, so No Apologies is under RMG Amplify. It's under the Amplify umbrella, but that relationship goes back like way back. There was a point in time where RMG was like my main source of income. Like 2014, 2015, they kept me alive, bro. Like they kept coming back for beats for Tony Tillman's album, for Derek Minor. Like they kept coming back, bro. And like I will always be super thankful to Derek and Doc, all of them, bro. Like they are brothers, bro. They are my big brothers for sure.
Game for a minute too.
Wow.
Oh, bro, they're first of all, Derek Minor is a genius. He's a musical genius. He's a branding genius. Like there's so many people in CHH that bite his ideas. And he doesn't get. I'm not trying to start anything, but it's the truth,
no, please,
bro. Like,
if you're planning to start something, this is the show to do it.
Yeah.
Nah, it's just the truth, bro. Like you got to give Derek his flowers, because, bro, like you go back to what a lot of people are doing now. If you go back to Derek Minor's catalog, I'm pretty sure he did it first.
Wow.
And he doesn't get enough credit, bro. He's a musical genius, bro. He's fire.
Wow.
Yeah,
I'm definitely a fan of Derek and his music and stuff. Switch goes. By the way, Switch, I know since you're listening, hurry up, get home, log on. Where can I submit my music? I want to start my reggaeton career. Yeah.
Not without knowing Spanish.
Now you're gonna be like Nori.
Right. True. You can do it like
no, but shout out to Nori though, because Nori pretty much he's the one that put reggaeton on in the States. Like people make fun of Nori, and maybe the music wasn't amazing, but him and Boy Wonder from Chosen Few, those two were the ones that brought reggaeton to the States and really like blew it up. And then
that's facts.
From there, that's when Yankee came in and blew it up with, and you know, Tego and Doromar and all the stuff. But Nori has a big part to play in reggaeton history, but he's another one that really doesn't get his flowers, and he talks about it in his interviews too.
Yeah,
with Champs and all that.
I was a fan of Capone and Noriega, so I was hip to Nori. And when I was already a fan of reggaeton when he did that joint, Todavía Me Canto joint.
Yep.
So for me, it was like, oh, this is dope. You know what I mean? Because I was more a fan of Tego than I was Yankee.
Tego, bro. Tego was the truth, bro.
But Yankee can spit. I remember hearing a song with Yankee and Nas.
Yeah,
he's got a song. I think he goes under. I heard it on the Tony Touch mixtape. It was he went under the name Winchester, and he's just spitting. And so when I heard him do reggaeton, I was like, wait, this the same dude? Like this is crazy, because it was completely different. It was it was. When I heard him with Nas, he was doing hip hop.
Yankee's been doing it for
a long time,
years, bro.
Yeah. It's crazy, but yeah, the chosen few. I remember seeing that dude at they had an event out here. It was called the Latin Rap Conference out here in like San Diego.
Right.
And he was out there. He was out here. They were talking about the DVD. The DVD hadn't even been released yet. So I'm just thinking he's a dude who just had a camcorder and was just filming behind the scenes type stuff. And then that thing blew up, and I was like, whoa, this is crazy. And then And then like I think it was like that summer, Yankee dropped Gasolina and it was over.
Yeah, bro.
It was a wrap after that.
That's crazy. Now sticking with the reggaeton topic, right? You guys came out with reggaeton album, Spanish album, under No Apologies, and I wanted to know, right? I've been listening to reggaeton for years, back in the 2000s or whatever.
Yeah.
And you had the Funkies, the Alex Zurdos, Redimido, you had El Mazo, like all these dudes, right? And then here comes you guys, the collab with Reach, and you guys get all these old school dudes and like blend it in, and it's fire, right?
Yeah.
So where did that come from, like that idea, and how come it took so long?
Why it took so long, I don't know. You got to talk to those guys. But for me, I wanted to show the whole the deal it was like I want to say almost like a 2-year conversation with me and Ace from Reach, and we turned them down like 3 times just because it wasn't right. It was just like, they kind of wanted to rush things, and then like we were talking, and it just didn't feel right. And then at that time, I wasn't like sure of what I wanted to do. I didn't have like a clear vision. And they're like, they just want to do, their idea was like, well, let's just do a Latin album. And I'm like, yeah, but what though?
Was it like a money grab type of thing, and that's why they were trying to rush it?
No, to be honest, the conversation, it was like an organic conversation that I was having with Ace. Yeah. And I'm like, yo, like y'all don't understand. Like these reggaeton dudes are like killing y'all right now. Like Redimido dropped Trapstornos, and my man did like 75 mil in like 6 months. Yeah. And they're like, what? And I'm showing these numbers. I'm like, yeah, bro, like this is an untapped market, and y'all sleep right now. We out here. And at that time, I was already developing. I think I just started No Apologies, and I was, and I was developing Tommy and all that stuff. And so end of 2019, Ace was like, yo, we really want to do this. So like, and I was like, well, this is what we need. We need this and this and this. And they're like, all right. And we came to agreement. And at first, I didn't even think it was going to happen. It was like last year, January. And I was like, yeah, it's not going to happen. And then Doc calls me. He's like, yo, it's happening. I'm like, oh, all right, bet.
Oh, so it happened like that. Once it started, that was it.
Oh,
like it took off.
Yeah. It was January. Already in February, we already in Atlanta. We started working, bro. And so the concept was like, I was like, man, people's perspective on reggaeton. Every time I talk to someone that doesn't know about reggaeton culture or isn't Latino, it's all like, I don't like reggaeton. It's super fast, and it always sounds like doom, 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 doom. And I'm like, actually, no, it doesn't sound like that. Like that's mad ignorant. Right. And so I wanted to make an album that as soon as you played it, people would be like, oh, this is reggaeton. You know what I'm saying? Like this is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And so I wanted to show respect to the old school, but then also bring it into the new school and what I've been doing on the American side. You know what I'm saying? Like literally bridging the gap of both worlds. And that's what we did with Tommy. It was like, yo, Tommy is CHH. He just happens to rap in Spanish. You know what I'm saying? Like he's not a Latin trap artist. He's not a reggaeton. He is CHH. It just happens to be in Spanish and he has influences from that world. You know what I'm saying? So my thing was like, yo, like I'm not a reggaeton producer. I do everything. I'm dope. I'm a producer. You know what I'm saying? And so that was kind of like the whole vision, and just like, and I think it came out dope, man. I was happy with it. I think the only people who had problems with it were people who didn't like reggaeton, or like whitewash Latinos that voted for Trump. You know what I'm saying? Like that was like Trump supporter Latinos. Like, yo, no, like I remember watching. I'm gonna bring it. I'm gonna bring it up. I'm gonna bring it up because I remember watching it was like an album review.
Yeah.
And my man was like, I don't think the Derek Minor and the Practical song was needed. Like really, like to be honest, the album it really wasn't that deep anyway. And now you're gonna do this, you're gonna put that agenda there, and I'm like, yo, you bugging. And then I look and I'm like, oh, this dude's like 12, and he's like, yeah, like, but the album bumps, it bumps, and I was like, nah, you get out of here, bro.
That's funny. I think a lot of some of the hesitation might be just people aren't familiar with the culture, especially like not only the culture. I think that for a long time, even like in like mainstream hip hop, you don't see a lot of Latinos, right? Like, and even the Latinos that you see, you don't know that they're Latinos until like you do some research.
Which was crazy because back in the day, like what you're saying, researching the history, like was started by Puerto Ricans and black people in the Bronx.
Right. No, but I'm saying when you do the research, like as far as like some of these artists who are Latinos, but it seems like they hide their Spanish side, because they can pass as morenos, you know what I'm saying? Like,
but the thing is too is that they hide it because a lot of times they get chastised and they get like bullied because they can't speak proper Spanish.
That's true. We do that. That's facts. Yeah. That's facts. We do that. We do.
You know what I'm saying? And then like, bro, like for me, when I go to the island, they're like, este tipo un gringo. Oh, this
yankee.
Es un gringo. No, literally, like, I remember one guy's like, no, es que él es gringo, pero tú eres gringo boricua. And I'm like, what is that? Right. He's like, nah, but you like, like you gringo, but like you with the culture, you know what's up. You still gringo, but you boricua, you know what I'm saying? Like you like J-Lo, and Mark Anthony, you get a pass. Like we gringo, but we rock with you, like we love you. And I'm like, stop. Like,
yo,
you can't win either way.
That happens to my dad. So my family's from El Salvador, right? My dad's been here for 45 years or something like that. He was born over there. He only speaks Spanish, right? But when he goes over there, like people are like, "Oh, you're not from here, tú no eres de aquí, tú eres del norte," like how you know this? You know what I'm saying? But they know, they pick up on the Spanish, even though that's
they know
language.
Yeah, even my accent, like I feel like I speak Spanish relatively well,
right?
But they know it. They're like, nah, you're not
right away.
Nah. They're like, oh, este es de Orlando. You from Orlando? I was like, I don't even live. It's like, nah, it's Orlando. Like the Puerto Rican, Florida's like, it's either Miami or Orlando. Yeah, it's like you definitely don't look rich enough to live in Miami. So you from Orlando. you from Kissimmee. You from Kissimmee.
but yeah, I think I think CHH is sometimes can be like behind the curve sometimes, and just the representation of Latinos like isn't there, you know what I mean? For whatever reason. It could be because it's a smaller pool of artists, right? So that means that there's a smaller demographic of Latinos. Right. So it's good to see when there's something that represents us, whether it's Tommy or What Up RG or whomever it is, you know what I mean?
Right.
Shout out to Cross Movement, you know what I mean? One of the pioneers of CHH, they definitely had a Latino, had a Puerto Rican, in the crew, But aside from that, I really can't think of anybody. We talking like 20 years ago. So it's been 20 years.
Well, what's crazy is that Vico C dropped an album, a Christian album, before Cross Movement.
Right.
Cross Movement dropped in 97. Like the first Cross Movement album was in 97. Yeah. Vico C dropped. It wasn't Aquel que había muerto. It was the first Christian album. I forget the name, but it was in 96. Okay. So technically, Puerto Rico invented Christian hip-hop. I'm not saying anything. You might have to fact check, but you know what I'm saying? Vico C, el papá de los pollitos.
Es el padrino de CHH.
El papá de los pollitos, papi. Put some respect on that name, son.
That's right. Now he started as a mainstream artist too, right?
Bro, he started Spanish hip hop.
Yeah.
Like he was the first one. Like there was other
because
people on the island
before it was El General, which was very reggae influenced.
But that was Panama.
It wasn't rapping.
Yeah.
But Biko C was before En General.
Yeah.
Because before, I'm talking even before reggaeton.
Mhm.
Like I'm talking like 85, 86. That was when
I
hip
wasn't
hop
even born yet, so I don't know.
hip hop came into reggaeton or to Puerto Rico. Hip hop came to Puerto Rico, and like hip hop was huge in Puerto Rico. Then the early 90s, they started doing the dance hall, from Panama, and then the Panama guys were, it was like that's all Puerto Rico was listening to. And so then they started doing their version, and and then reggaeton was born.
It's crazy.
See that? He started it.
You see that?
It's crazy. What happened with Gavi, man? How come he's not on the album? Because when I first heard that Reach signed him as an artist, I was like, oh, does that mean that Reach is moving towards the Hispanic trap reggaeton type of vibe? Because he speaks pretty good Spanish,
Yeah.
And then obviously his last album was in Spanish, so I was like, man, what's up with Gabi? How come he's not on the?
So I think there was just
he was being Sinvergüenza, wasn't he?
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. Nah, there was just miscommunication because we were working, like we were pretty much working on our albums at the same time, and so we connected. We were like, yo, I want you on this album. Let's work. Let's do it. And he sent me a demo, and it was fire. But then we just lost contact. You know what I'm saying? Life just life happens, and then he started working on his album, and I was already like deep into this one, and so
just timing.
Yeah.
All right. Dope.
Yo, I heard you doing an interview, and you mentioned that Tadashi came on the album because he replaced somebody's verse.
Yeah, bro.
Whose verse did he replace?
No,
No.
it wasn't him. It was another. It was a younger guy. He got a little cocky and basically was like, "Yo, this." He was basically like, "This song is not gonna do anything for my career."
Nah, get out of here.
He was like, "You show me the song." Because Nico Emmett and Tommy, they wrote the hook. So originally they were on the
Nico's
hook.
dope. I like Nico. Nico's dope.
Nico's fire, bro. That's my brother, bro.
Yeah, he's dope.
And so he was like, "Yo, I was gonna do it because Nico and Tommy on it, and they're like the homies. But you took them off it, and you put these people that I don't even know. They don't even have like, they're just like no name artists." And I'm like, "You mean like a Klesso, Wolf? Right. I was like, what are you talking about?" And to be honest, like all the contracts were signed, bro. Like we're talking a week before the release, and thank God, the day before we pushed the release back. We pushed it back. Everyone was bummed, and then this happened. The day after, it was the week from hell, bro. It was terrible. And so in like less than 3 days, we were able to get Tadashi on it. He wrote the verse, recorded it, we mixed it, and he was on his way out on a flight to go to see family, I think. And so like after he recorded, he did an interview for the documentary he did. And so I was like, bro, you didn't have to do that, man. Like he killed it, bro. He literally saved it.
You guys got a documentary too?
Yeah,
I
bro.
didn't see that, bro. I looked for it. I didn't see it.
It's out already?
Yeah, it's called Estamos Aquí.
Is it on YouTube?
Yeah.
What the heck?
Bro, I looked for it too. Because I heard you talk about it in an interview, and I was like, I couldn't find it. I didn't know it was called Estamos Aquí. So
yeah, Estamos Aquí.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right.
Watch it.
We're gonna watch that tonight. We're gonna have a movie night.
So homeboy got cocky, huh?
Wow.
Listen. We're gonna put it out there. I wasn't getting cocky, y'all. I just wanted to make sure that I got paid the right amount of money. All right. So stop besmirching my character. You know what I mean? Put some respect on my name.
And you know what's crazy? He was like, "Yeah, this song is not gonna do. I know it's gonna be like a B-side on the record anyway." And it was the first single it was like the pre-order of the album. And it blew up on radio, on like radio in South America, blew up, and everyone was like, "Yo, this song is crazy!" And
he missed it.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
Look at you now.
Wow. What was his name again?
We're not doing this, bro. We're not doing it. No. I'm on strict orders from the co-owner of my label. They put like they're like don't do anything stupid because I got like a wild mouth. I'll be going crazy, bro. When
I signed the NDA.
Right. They're like, yo, we need a PR statement, all of that.
That's crazy. How was it? Yeah. Go ahead. My bad.
No. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, how was it working with Funky and Manny
Legends?
Montes? Like, like those dudes. Those are the dudes that I consider like an OG in this game.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, Manny's super cool, bro. Manny is fire. I feel like Manny's the most just laid back, bro. Like just real cool, real homie. Like that's the one that you could just have like a conversation with, Manny's dope. Funky was cool, bro. Like Funky was dope because I don't know if y'all know, but he's the one that produced the Al que Cabo Me Vuelto album by Vico C, which is like
I didn't know that.
It's like a staple in reggaeton. Mm-hmm. It's like the most famous Vico C album ever. So Funky produced that. Wow. So being able to like talk with him and like he even showed me like the samples that he like chopped up and how they did it, and I was just like mind blown, bro. It's crazy. And like where they
what did he sample on?
Like what what's like
sample machine? He used a SP12 or
nah, he used some. It was like some name brand Yamaha keyboard, like some off brand Yamaha.
Yeah. Wow, and he produced that whole album off of that.
Yeah, bro. And it was crazy. It was crazy. The samples, like the stuff that they were sampling, because it was like there was one that was like a movie trailer. Like they sampled the background music, bro. I don't know how they were able to like sample it, but it was like the background music of like a movie trailer. It was it was crazy, bro. I was like, yo, this is nuts.
That's dope.
Yeah, bro.
That's dope. That's
cool.
wild.
I like that, man.
Yeah, I love hearing this kind of history, man. This is exciting.
I love it. I love it, bro. Like I literally just like there's nights where I'm like I don't feel like making beats. I just start researching. Like right now, I'm trying to find out the drum machine that the original reggaeton pattern was made on. Like I'm trying to find the original drum machine. Because I had to go back because reggaeton basically started as like Puerto Ricans like rapping over dancehall instrumentals.
Right.
So like I had to go back, like go to what the dancehall producers back in like the 80s and the 90s were using. And like
to find that out, yeah.
Yeah. So like I still haven't found out the drum machine. There's a few, there's like the Yamaha DX7. There's a couple, but I haven't found that sound. So I don't know if it was like a custom thing that they made or they recorded or sampled or what, but I'm still on the hunt. So if anybody knows, any reggaeton historian knows, I'm looking.
That's right.
And I'm trying to find that drum machine so I could buy it and try to flip those samples in a way.
Take those drum sounds.
Yeah, it's like the original joints, not the ones from like, everyone uses, but like the original and be able to like mess with the knobs and like that's what I'm on, bro. That's what I'm trying to find.
We're trying to do that new fusion type.
Yeah,
beat.
bro. Yeah, man.
What are you all software now, or are you still using a drum machine?
I've always wanted a drum machine, but I could never afford it. So I've always used software. And by the time I got to the point where I could buy, like an MPC, it was just like there was no need for an MPC anymore because like the stuff that you can do, it was kind of like now
you can use your keyboard now.
Yeah, and like just the editing capabilities and everything and software is just like. But I do want to get an MPC though, just to get that sound, like just, and just to experiment with that and put that in reggaeton. And I got a whole bunch of ideas I don't want to do. You know what I'm saying? I just want to get the vintage gear first and try it out, flesh it out,
So what are you using now? Using like Logic, Ableton?
Fruity Loops, bro. FL Studio.
Fruity Loops.
Wow.
On Mac PC?
PC, bro.
On PC.
Wow.
Okay.
So I was on Mac for a while. I was on Mac for a while.
With Fruity Loops?
Yeah, with Fruit Loops.
Okay.
But what happened was I was looking for a new laptop and everything was just so expensive, bro. And so I was like,
bro.
And so I was like, well, let me do some research. And because I've had nothing but bad luck with PCs. But as I was doing the research, they were like, well, it's not that you have bad luck with PCs, it's just you just been using the Best Buy Black Friday $200 special joint, like a Chromebook. But if you exactly. But if you get yourself like a gaming joint, like a gaming laptop, you know what I'm saying? And so that's what I did, bro. I got myself a gaming laptop. And it's been great, bro. It's been amazing.
Yeah. A lot of hits have been made on Fruity Loops, man.
Bro, reggaeton. Like that, the reason why I use Fruity Loops is because all the reggaeton producers were using Fruity Loops. Like Looney Tunes, DJ Blast, DJ, like all of them.
You going back. Looney
Tunes. Oh, no, I'm about that life, bro. Like I grew up on reggaeton. Like I'm about that life. Yeah, bro. And so like that's what they use. So when people were like, oh, you use Fruity Loops? And I'm like, son, Gasolina was made on freaking Fruity Loops, bro.
It's mad hits.
It's like mad hits, bro.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I think a lot of producers started with Fruity Loops only because you could get the cracked version on like LimeWire.
But that was it, bro. Like no one in the hood in Puerto Rico had money to spend on an MPC or whatever. Like that's what DJ Blast, he was the first one to use Fruity Loops in reggaeton. And he was like, yo, I didn't have money to get a sampler and MPC and SP1200. Like that's what, DJ Negro and Playero were using, but I didn't have that. So he was like, I would just walk in with my desktop computer, get laughed at. But when they heard the beats, they were like, oh, hold up. Like it's a whole other sound. Yeah.
That's funny.
Sandra says Fruity Loops stressful.
Nah, you just gotta know what you're doing. That's all.
Nah, there's definitely a learning curve. There's definitely a learning curve.
I think if you're coming from a traditional software, then yes. But if Fruit Loops is the first thing you're learning, I think it's the easiest out of all of them.
Yeah. I made a few beats on Fruity Loops. They're fire. You'll never hear them, but they're fire.
There's ringtones now.
Yo, they sound like ringtones now. That's funny. That's funny. But NPC has an app now too. For like
bro.
iPad and stuff like that. I haven't used it yet, but I've seen that joint and I was like, yo, that's pretty fresh. Cause growing up, it was like it was either the SP1200 or the MPC, right? That was like the standard for hip hop, so it was cool to see that there's an app now available.
Right.
Yeah, but like you said, everything is software now. It's so easy. You can use your keyboard as a trigger. You don't even need to have like drum pads or anything like that. That's more for nostalgia for people.
Now, like I would use like old gear just for like the actual sonics.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. Like the MPC, I'll load my drums up through that and run it into Fruity Loops. But like
it gives it that grit, right? It gives it that
grittiness,
that kind of analog sound.
But my final mixing, my sequencing, all that, it has to be on software, bro. Like sequencing on an MPC, bro, is death. Like, like the old heads, that's what they used to. They're like, oh yeah, but I'm like, yo, I saw one dude. I've never used MPC. I saw one dude use it, and he was like sequencing. And I'm like, nah, bro, this sounds like death to me, bro.
Yeah, see, I like what your man A-Rap Music does with the MPC.
Oh, he's crazy, bro.
Yeah,
he's amazing.
Yeah.
He's a genius.
Bro. Wow. He's wild.
Fire, bro.
Yeah. So speaking of production, like what were some of the producers that first influenced you, like when you started getting into production?
Yeah, so like reggaeton and hip hop, like when I would like seriously started to listen to music, it was like in 6th grade, 7th grade. Okay. And it was like Jay-Z Black Album and Daddy Yankee Barrio Fino at the same time.
Okay.
And I think Kanye College Dropout was out, was out before that.
Yeah.
So it was like Kanye, Jay-Z Black Album, and Daddy Yankee, and then Tego and all that stuff after that. And so like that was my sound. Like that was what I was influenced by. So like Just Blaze. Just Blaze, Timbaland, Scott Storch, who was killing it that time too with like Lean Back and all the 50 stuff.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Those three on the hip hop side were like definitely my main influence for sure. And then on the reggaeton side, DJ Blast, of course, Looney Tunes. Those were in those days, those two. And then as we got further in the years, Neti La Mente Maestra, he was Wisin and Yandel's producer. He's crazy. Like he's like my favorite out of all my reggaeton producers, DJ Blast and Neti La Mente Maestra, for sure.
That's dope, man. That's a good balance. You know what I'm saying? Like you talking like Jay-Z, Kanye. Yeah, both worlds. Like you talking legends.
The Black Album, to me, Black Album is the greatest Jay-Z album.
That's my. So I like Reasonable Doubt, but Black Album is definitely second for me. Out of all Jay-Z albums, Black Album is like number 2 for me.
Yeah, bro. Black Album is like that mug was perfect. There's no skips on that mug, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had some beats on there production wise.
Yeah, bro.
Mm-hmm. And it wasn't just Kanye. It was
it was Kanye, Just Blaze, Pharrell, Neptune. Yeah, Ninth Wonder, Neptunes was on there.
Ninth Wonder's nice too. He uses Fruity Loops.
He used to, yeah, for sure. At that time, he was. That's why Fruity Loops blew up because of the Black Album. Because everybody in the industry was like, "Oh, hold up, he did Threat on Fruity Loops, bro? Like what? Like that was crazy."
Yeah.
This is Threats.
Right.
It's threats. Yeah, bro. Classic, man.
Oh, wow.
How about in the CHH world? Like who's a producer you're like, okay, he's dope.
Or some of the early influences.
He is the early influence.
I didn't get into CHH until I was like in college.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I listened to like Lecrae and stuff when I was in high school, but really like getting into like the culture of CHH and like actively listening to it wasn't until like after college. Like I was like 21 when I started listening to it. But like I love Wit, Fire, Daniel Steele.
Wow.
Wit, Daniel Steele, bro. Daniel Steele, my favorite producer. Well, not I'm not gonna say CHH because he does everything. But Daniel Steele is fire. Gavi's always been dope. Alex Medina, fire.
That's where I heard Fruity Loops first. Was with Alex.
Yeah, he's fire.
Wasn't he sponsored by them or something?
Yeah, he's like a powered user or whatever.
And
so but for me, my top is Daniel Steele for sure.
Nice. Like
he's just everything he does is just like amazing. His sound is completely different. His sonics, when you hear a Daniel Steele beat, it's like immaculate, but still gritty at the same time. I don't know how he does it. I remember he sent me some stems one time for a beat that we were working on, and I was like, "This is crazy, bro." But yeah, Daniel Steele, he's fire. DJ Official's dope too, but Daniel Steele, my guy, he's fire, bro. He's the homie too. Shout out to Daniel Steele.
Shout out.
That's what's up, man.
So, go ahead, Jay.
No, I was gonna ask. Now that you're a business person and you're running your own label, you're running artist Tommy. What do you think artists that are up and coming are maybe doing wrong or could work better, whether it be within CHH or even outside of CHH?
I think stop trying to fit in. You know what I'm saying? Like, and not necessarily not saying like people aren't, but like just don't follow the
trends.
The trends, yeah, man. Like don't. That's my biggest thing. Like my thing is contrast. So like, I feel like what No Apology is trying to bring to on the reggaeton side is kind of what like Wu-Tang and what A$AP Mob and Diplomats brought to hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Like when hip hop, because I feel like in those three stages of hip hop, those three stages, I guess you call them. it was when hip hop got like real pretty and like dancey and it almost pop. But then like Wu-Tang, Diplomats, and ASAP Mob, they brought the grit back. You know what I'm saying? They brought like the street. You know what I'm saying? Like Wu-Tang was like, when Wu-Tang dropped, you're like, yo, this is crazy. You know what I'm saying? And so I feel like that's what we're trying to bring to Christian reggaeton, because it wasn't like that before. Christian reggaeton used to be like, they was talking about the streets and like, yo, y'all in the streets, y'all need to turn to God. Mm-hmm. Now it's straight like worship songs on a reggaeton beat. Like it's Christian Despacito, like every song, like literally, like yo, and I'm not.
That sounded kind of like what?
Yo,
but that's what it is. It's acoustic 4 chords, you know, a worship song. Not to knock it, like there's some songs that I actually like.
But
like,
they don't all have to sound that way. Yeah, I feel
exactly.
you. I get what you're saying.
Yeah. And the people
I feel that way about CHH too. I feel like everybody's trying to sound like Drake or Migos. You know?
Yeah,
and that's it. Like nobody has their own sound.
And so we just we're like, all right, what do me? Because when I started working with Tommy, he didn't want to do reggaeton at all.
Yeah, he told us.
He didn't want to do reggaeton. He was just like, all right, if we're gonna do Spanish Day, we'll do Spanish trap. And I'm like, all right, bet. And so the first song that we dropped was Quieta. And when we were working on Quieta, at the end, I had like a reggaeton drop. And I was like, yo, this is fire. But then he was like, nah, man, I don't want to do it. Like, I was like, all right, whatever. I took it out. So the song is out. Like 3 months later, the song is out. And he had friends over and he played it for his friends, the unreleased version with the reggaeton drop. Yeah. And they lost their minds, bro. They were like, yo, my God. And so when he started doing shows, we was putting his live set together. And I'm like, yo, so what you want for your live set? And he's like, reggaeton. And I'm like, what happened? What? Like, are you like, what are you? He's like, no, I was playing it for my friends. And I'm like, I told you. He's like, I know, And so from then on, that's when we did Santos. And I think like that was one of the game changers on the Christian side. Like, cause we took it back to like old school reggaeton. And we're like, yo, let's do something different. Let's like show respect to the old school, but then like let's bring that trap influence that we got. Let's do trap cadences on the verses and like put some trap samples in there and that's what it was, bro. And to this day, like that's Tommy's biggest song is Santos. And bro, when we play that junk live, it goes off, bro. It's crazy.
I can imagine.
Wow. That is wild.
That's crazy. Yeah, he told us he thought he was doing something when you reached out to him. And you were like, yo, think about it, pray about it, holla back.
Right. Yo, he got mad at me one time because I did an interview with this dude who knew him before he was like Tommy Royale.
Right.
And he was like, yeah, he was like, yeah, I remember him, man. He was doing like trap music or something. I was like, well, he called it trap, but I call it crap. Tommy didn't like that. He was upset he was upset for a couple of days. He was like, bro, da-da-da-da.
Wow. Yeah, I love what you guys are doing together, man.
Right.
I definitely like, because there's nobody really in your lane that's doing it like that. Like, to be honest, definitely feeling it, and I like that 116. Let's see, Vergüenza. You got anything else coming up? Maybe with Almighty or somebody? Any other names you thinking about working with?
Nah, I mean Almighty. That's a whole other story. Yeah. But let's leave him alone. That's my brother, man. All we gotta do is pray for Almighty.
That dude is mad talented, man.
He's a genius, bro. He is a musical
mad talent, but he's like, that's our brother in Christ, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that dude is talented. His music, though, man. Like, I seen some of his live or some of his stories, and I'm like, yo, like, how he come up with these songs? You know what I mean?
Bro, like, his concepts are crazy.
Yeah, and then like the dope part is like he could have gone to the highest heights doing secular or mainstream music. I mean, you know what I'm saying? And he chose to do Christian music, you know what I'm saying, which is really dope. But man, I really would love to see you guys do something together, man.
Well, yeah, I mean, we've done a couple records already. Like we did, with Redimido, we did Felipenses 106. We did Manigotes. He did a diss record
for Bad Bunny.
Yeah, that I didn't know about. It just came out. And I was like, oh, all right, bet. But
I guess I'm attached to that.
Yo, I was living it up though, because you have Molusco, who's like the biggest, like podcast influencer in Puerto Rico. I got free promotion, bro. Like he said my name on his show. I was like, I'm good, bro.
Right. He said those followers going up. But
I had people doing interviews.
He
so
hit
like,
up on mine and he's like, yo, when's round 2 coming?
Right.
Yo, for real. Like, yo, they hit me up. I had like Christian interviews. He was like, so como se siente? Do you feel? I was like, I'm chilling, bro.
Right.
I'm cooling.
Dope.
Bro.
That's dope.
Yeah, Bunny's probably one of my favorite artists too.
But as far as projects goes,
nothing planned.
The Tommy EP. Tommy's EP is coming.
Yeah, he mentioned that.
Yeah.
We're shooting. We're shooting for August.
July, right? It's dropping or something like that.
Oh, you said August.
We're shooting for August. We got a single coming out. We're shooting for like June
right?
for next single for June.
How many tracks?
9 tracks.
Okay.
9 tracks, little EP, and it's gonna be fire, bro. I think it's the best music that me and him have made, by far. Like, I feel like a lot of people are gonna listen to this music and they're gonna be like, "Yo, this is crazy!" Like, we both stepped up our game. You know what I'm saying? Like,
he's doing both English and Spanish, or is this a full Spanish album?
It's all Spanish, pretty much. I mean, there's the little Spanglish lines, but it's it's mainly Spanish for sure.
Okay.
But it's fire, bro. Like, just the sound, has never been done in the reggaeton space. The variety of stuff. We got a salsa record, like a straight up salsa record.
Oh, he mentioned that
on that joint.
Yeah, he did say that. Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, bro. Like I got musicians from like Colombia. Like, I had a dude who like wrote actual horn parts for it.
Hey, listen, man. If y'all need a hype man or something like that, y'all go on tour. You know what I mean? Like, I'm available.
I played cowbell on the record, bro. I'm so proud of that.
I was about to say, yo, pass me the cowbell. I
played, like legit. My wife was in the room. She was in the sala, in the living room.
Yeah.
And she's like chilling. She was talking to her friend on the phone, and I'm like, all right, babe, I'm recording this cowbell thing. It's gonna sound weird for like a couple minutes.
Hey, don't mind me.
Just go with it. It's gonna be loud. I'm sorry.
Trust me.
There's no soundproof in the studio yet. I'm sorry. Right. Just go with it, okay? And so, like, lo and behold, she's like, yeah, da 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 da, and all you hear is, and she's like, I don't know what the heck is happening right now. It came out fire though. It's the best cowbell you ever heard in your life. It's fire. I'll tell you that.
That's what's up. Also, we were wondering, when is 350 gonna get signed to you?
I was gonna say that. They beat me to it. Yeah.
Oh.
It's not happening. No, it's not happening. Nah, bro. To be honest, like.
No, we was joking, by the way, with that tweet.
No, you good, bro. No, to be like, because I feel like a lot of people are like, people think it's easy to just like roll out an artist and like, oh, yo, when you sign in, I was like, bro, it took like a year to roll out Tommy. It took a year to roll out Don Rivko, and now we have another artist in the pipeline. We're about to roll her. We're about to roll her out.
Oh, her.
Roll her out. Yeah.
Is she an established artist on her own, or she's
nah
brand new? She's brand new,
bro. Fire.
Like we never heard her music before. Like, we might have heard 1 or 2 singles out there.
Nah, you never heard her music.
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
Fire, bro.
All right.
So we're working on.
You know what I mean?
Working on that. So like we got to roll that out before we even start. So like, yes,
sure.
I'm having conversations with multiple artists, seeing what's going on, and we're also growing the label. So we're not just a label, but we're also like a media company. So like, we're starting No Apologies Publishing, which is like publishing administration, and then also No Apologies Management, which is run by Alex, who's a co-owner. So like we're having no Alex Melendez. He's my best friend. We started No Apologies together, and so he's running No Apologies Management, and so that's what these conversations are for, to see where they fit, whether it's just like whether it's like an actual artist deal or management or pub admin or whatever, or marketing. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? So like we're just trying to have
beneficial,
right? Yeah, we're just trying to have different avenues in the company, because I label like you just can't survive off of music sales and streaming. You know what I'm saying? Like nowadays, you can't. You know what I'm saying? So we're just expanding the umbrella, and just creating a brand. You know what I'm saying? Where like the artist actually wins. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And it's you guys in a good lane, man, because people don't realize like Latin America is huge. You know what I'm saying? Like it's huge. Like
you be successful just off of them alone.
You look at Nicky Jams. He was washed up and went to Colombia.
My man said he said Nicky Jams.
Right,
Nicky Jams.
It's a couple of them.
Yeah, right.
like your man went to Colombia and blew up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Nah, but he hustled though, bro.
For sure.
He hustled hard.
But what I'm saying is that Latin America is large. You know what I mean? And it's not just like, like here, CHH in the States is CHH in the States, and you're lucky if you get some play in like other countries that speak English. But Latin America is Latin America. You know what I mean?
Right. Hey, you know what's crazy? What's crazy? I learned this when we were doing the marketing. We're planning on doing the marketing rollout for the Sinvergüenza album in Colombia. The Christian music is the number 2 most played style of music, of genre of music.
Wow, you see that? You could just blow up in Colombia by itself.
I mean, that's what happened with Nicky Jam. He was like, yo, we're trying to blow up everywhere. We blow up here, we blow up in the world.
Right.
There's how many people are in Colombia? 20 million people in Colombia.
Something crazy.
You know what I'm saying? And he was like, we blow up here, and that's what happened. They did it, bro. Genius plan.
Absolutely, man.
Man, that's great. I love it.
Yeah. You guys got anything else?
So when is this artist of yours rolling out? Do you have a date when you
we're trying to get the rollout soon. We're trying to get the songs finalized, working on music, all of that. But soon, man. I'm excited. We're all excited. We're definitely excited because it's something new. Just what she brings to the table. Her style is something that you haven't heard in the Christian space at all.
What's your name again?
Who?
You don't give no names. He knows nothing.
Nah, man, I gotta keep a surprise. I can't give you the whole joint. You know what I'm saying?
My artist.
I gotta give you crumbs, bro. I can't give you the whole meal. You know what I'm saying? You want the joint, you want the hot cakes with the sausage, the big breakfast. You gotta pay for it. You know what I'm saying? Yo, stop.
He don't want no sausage.
It's a vegetarian, bro.
Let's give him the hot cakes.
Yeah, just the hot cakes.
Well, I would definitely want to thank you for your time, man. I know we've been working on this episode for a long time, for a couple months. Bro. You know what I mean? So appreciate your time. Appreciate you coming on, man.
Yeah, bro.
Anything else you want to touch on? You want to speak up? We had some topics, but forget them topics, man.
Yeah, I was like, when we gonna talk about this? But it's cool.
We usually do, but we want to respect your time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I appreciate it, bro. For real, thank you, man. Yeah, bro. No Apologies. Follow us on Instagram. No Apologies Music, CARDEC Drums, one word on IG, Twitter, and just keep on the lookout, man. A lot of music happening. We landed a placement on a movie. I don't know if y'all saw
Hey,
I
on
saw that for
Netflix.
Netflix. Yeah.
Netflix, bro, with Dennis Quaid, bro. I was like, Dennis!
And y'all got the whole movie, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, pretty much. Yeah, Reach did the whole soundtrack, but there was like
That's
five
crazy.
songs. It was like 5 songs from the Silver Winter album that made the joint.
Oh, for real?
That's what's up.
Yeah, bro.
So
That's
how
where the
how
bag's
does,
at right now.
yeah, I mean maybe you could touch on it real quickly or whatever, but how does like something like that happen? Like was that because
That came-
this was through Reach.
That
Yeah.
came from Reach.
Oh, okay.
That came from Reach, but we've been developing a network for like licensing and sync for a while with like all the KB stuff.
Right,
My mentor Tiwala is also in that world too, so he's been kind of like
Tiwala's my
mentoring me.
partner.
Dog, Tiwala, he's another one that like needs his flowers, bro. That dude in CHH is a legend, bro.
Yeah.
But behind the scenes, the dude is a beast. So like he's just kind of been putting me on game, teaching me the ropes of like the whole sync and licensing game, and it's been paying off, bro. Yeah, man.
That's what's up.
That's dope.
what's up.
Wow. Congrats.
Appreciate it, man.
That's
Yeah, bro.
Is the movie out already or no?
May
don't think it's out
27th, May 27th on Netflix.
May 27th. All right.
Oh,
And
man.
go get MLB The Show on PlayStation. MLB The Show 21. La
yeah.
Fiesta is
Craze
also
on
on that joint. Yep, Cray and Funky.
Hey, your son was the one that was playing it, or what? You sent me a video.
Yeah. Well, he was playing Spider-Man, but he does
Spider-Man,
have
yeah.
the show. He has the
Oh,
show.
okay.
Oh, that's
Oh,
fire.
He's been playing it, yeah. So
Yeah,
That's
dope.
fire,
that's
bro.
dope.
Yeah, man.
All
Wow.
right.
I like that, man.
Word.
That's a
We
good
got
look, man.
we got the word of the day. Ephesians 4:15. It says, instead, speaking the truth in love, we will grow to become in every respect the mature body of him who is the head, that is Christ.
Bars.
Come on, somebody.
Word.
Yeah.
Bars.
All right. So shout out to CARDEC for coming on.
Thank you for having me, man. For real.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
appreciate you,
Thank you,
man.
man.
Any information or anything that we spoke about in this podcast, links will be in the description below. If you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to get your merch at that'snotchristian.com. Use that promo code April 20th. We are about to, we only got 2 more days, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 more days,
Friday.
and then that's it. Yeah. And then the code is no longer valid. And it's not.
It's no
So
longer
make
valid.
sure you get it. Make sure you get it. You're gonna be paying full price. Thank you to everybody in the comments, as always.
Absolutely. Shout
we
out to y'all.
appreciate it. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Remember, 40% of you that watch our videos are not subscribed. So do us a favor. We're trying to get to 1,000 subs by May 30th or 31st, whatever the last day is. So hit that subscribe button for us.
Stop being slick. Subscribe.
Yeah.
Right.
Hit that
Stop being
subscribe.
slick.
And yeah, we'll see you on the next episode. Have a great weekend. Peace. CARDEC, don't go nowhere.
Let's do it.
Peace.
Peace.
Yo, I feel like that might be like haters or something just watching, seeing what we doing. You know what I mean? They don't want to subscribe.